and data views. Like what is the planning book and how we will decided how many planning books and data views we should create in the project. Normally, planning book is nothing but like a layout of the design, like how you want to see the screen in interactive planning. Like if you go to the /SAP APO SDP94, this is the interactive planning screen where users they will do the planning and they will see the results. So here, how I want to see my layout, we can design by planning book and data view. See, this is a planning book / data view. So how you are designing your planning book and data view, the same design you can able to see into the interactive planning table. And basically, how we can decide like how many planning books we need in the project. Like again, it depends upon the business situation. Like some projects, how they will decide it, like based on the planning activities. Say for example, we saw demand planning in the overview session. We saw demand planning, typical cycle or business process. There, what is the activities we are doing in the first week? Like first task, we are doing the maintaining the master data and the transaction data. So for that one, we can create a one planning book. And the next step is the running the statistical forecast and life cycle planning activation. So that we can do for the other planning book. And another step, we are adding the promotions like a sales events, marketing events or other events. So for that one, we can create a different planning book. And then we are doing the consensus meeting, and in the consensus meeting, they will finalize the forecast. For that one, we can create a different planning book. And finally, the forecast is confirmed. We will release to the SNP or ECC systems. For that one, we can create a different planning book. Like that, based on the activity, we can create a planning book. That is one situation. And another situation, like initially, the demand is coming from the sales team, and then marketing team will add the demand, review the demand, and they will add the demand. Then finally, the demand manager will take and he will review and he will do the final forecast. So if they want that hierarchy, so like that also we can create a planning book, like a sales view, one planning book, for marketing one planning book, and final demand one planning book, and for consensus we can create one planning book, like a statistical we can create one planning book. Like that also we can create a planning book. And basically the data views, normally we used to create how we want to see the data. Say for example, here I have selected the month, so I am able to see the data as a month 11, month 12, month 13, like that. For example, if I select the week data view, I can able to see data only into the week. So like that, if I want to see the data month or I want to see the data view, that we can decide it into the data view. Or for example, sales manager having the one planning book, like for sales representative, you want to create a planning book, data view, you can create a data view also. Just like giving 2-3 key figures, so that they can able to access only limited data. Like that also we can propose it.
Okay. Yeah.
So is it clear, Sandeep, why we need to create a planning books? And
yeah. So if you want to restrict users from only using particular KPIs, we can design one view for them and only give it to that user.
Yes. We can, based on this planning books, like we can create a different planning book, and we can view the access also who are really required for that access. Like that we can control the access also. Like for example, sales manager might be not.
VAP 07, it is and the month, the week is the data, the kind of data view.
Yeah, data views.
Okay.
Like I want to see only 1 month data in the month, in the week, so we can see like this.
Yeah. Okay.
And other than this one, we will create some planning book that is for the to run a background jobs. Like we are running some background jobs in the demand planning. So for that particular background jobs, we are running we are creating some different planning books that we can call it the technical planning books. And the reason behind for that one, for example, if you use any normal planning book, might be in that planning book there is a 20 key figures are there. But to run the background job, you need only 10 key figures is enough. So if I directly create a planning book with 10 key figures and if I give, then system will read only these 10 key figures and it will run the background jobs and give the results. If I give that 20 key figures planning book, even it is required only 10 key figures also, but still it will read 20 key figures. So compared to that performance, if you read this planning book, it will be complete within the hour. It will read for 20 key figures planning book. It will take maybe 1.5 hours.
Okay.
So that is also another reason. So for some planning books we will create for the run a background jobs.
Okay.
So normally if you take any project, the total planning books will be around 10.
Okay. 10.
If you take any project, like you can take 10, and each planning book have the 1, 2, like 2 or 3 data views.
Okay. And you said that they might create different data views just for running the background job also, right?
Yes. Yeah. We will create a planning books and data views for different background jobs also.
Okay.
Now we will see the path how to create a planning book. SAP menu, APO, demand planning, environment, and current settings, and /SAP APO SDP 8B. Define a planning book. So here we will define the planning book. We are following all are like a ZAPO1. So I will give ZAPO1 is our planning book name and select the create button. Now you can view the text ZAPO1, and here the next option is what is the planning area. So we will select our planning area ZAPO1. So that this planning book will be under the ZAPO1 planning area.
Okay.
Here you can see the supply network and the capacity and the transportation load builder deployment. All these are the SNP functionalities.
Yeah.
So if it is SNP, then only these will be enabled so that we can select it. But now we are into the DP, so this will be not an option for the selection.
Okay.
And this is the manual proportional maintenance, like which we have discussed about the proportional factors, like aggregation and disaggregation. Normally this option will be enabled once you have saved the planning book. After you save the planning book, and again if you go to the change mode, then only you can see this will be enabled. Till that time it will be disabled only.
Okay.
So once we save the planning book, then we will see this option. And then these are the options. See, here you can see the univariate forecast. If you want to get this button here, you have to select the option here. Say for example, if I select this option here, I can able to see this button in the interactive planning table here. It means if I want to run the statistical forecast at interactive planning table, directly if I double click this one, it will run the statistical forecast.
Okay.
So for that reason, we can activate this one. Same thing like a promotion or multilinear and composite. Multilinear
You
composite.
can also select multiple for each of them, right?
Yes. These are the tick mark only. If it is radio button, you can select only one. But if it is a tick, you can select multiple.
Okay.
If you want, we can select multiple. Then anyway, univariant, MLR and composite we will discuss in the next session. Like that is the master forecast profile.
Okay.
And go to the continue. And here Now you can able to see the key figures. These key figures are nothing but like a see from the planning area. It is calling from the planning area. When you are creating a planning book, we are defining the we are giving the connection to the planning area. We are referring this is the planning area. So whatever the key figures in that particular planning area, you are able to see here. So if you want these all the key figures in the planning book, you can select it, or if you want a few, you can select a few. Like this is the option for select all, and this is the option to select a particular one key figure. For example, only one key figure I can select like this. If I want everything, I can go this one. Now go to the continue. Here you can see all the characteristics which we have used in the MPAS. When you are creating a planning book, you given the reference as a planning area. So that is the reason it is reading all the key figures. And when we were created a planning area, we have given a reference as a MPAS. So that is the reason it is again calling from the planning MPAS all the characteristics. So that is the link basically. So here we have the characteristics, we have the key figures in the planning book. Nothing but like a to access master data and transactional data. Clear?
But why can't we use a planning area directly for planning? Why do you have to get planning book again?
No. Actually, planning book is only nothing but like a design of the interactive planning.
Okay.
Here, if you go here, you will not find any option like a planning area. Only the option is the planning book. So whatever the planning books you have selected, so based on that, layout will be appear. So to design your planning or to make any layout, we need to create the planning book. So that planning books we are giving a reference of planning area. So planning area having the key figures and the planning area are assigned to the MPAS. So we have the characteristics so that we can have a chance to select all characteristics and the key figures. And go to the continue. Then it will come to the data view. If you say planning book is a high level, the data view is a low level. And I will create a ZAPO1 month data view. And here you can see the status 2. Like if you give the status 2, only the other can be changed. For others, it will not allow for the change. And if I give 1, we can, if you want, others can copy this one, but they cannot change it. And if I give 3 options, like anybody can change the planning book. Like that also, we can restrict the authorization. If I give 2, so others cannot able to change my planning book. So I will give the description. And here you can see TB profile in ID future, TB profile ID for the past, time bucket profile ID. Like we have created a time bucket profile for month and week. I think did you remember that one? We have created in /SAPAPO TR32. Sorry, TR30. In the TR30, here we have created a ZAPO1 24 months. The same entry we are giving here. ZAPO1 24 months. And for past also I will take 24 months. So that
we're just selecting how we want to view the dates, right? Like months or days or weeks.
Yeah. Here you can see in interactive planning. So you can have the option to select the data view only. So based on the data view only, it will be appear the screen like this, like what are the key figures and what are the month and all those things. So If I select this 24 months, like our planning book also, our data view also will be the same layout. It means here I want to see my future data till 24 months and I want to see my past data till 24 months.
Okay.
And I can put enter. So after you selected the enter, here visible and input both will be enabled. So visible means like from which date or which month you want to see the data in interactive planning. Say for example, I can give 11/2009. If I give 11/2011, so that I can able to see from here only. I cannot able to see the previous month. Yeah, past month. So like that, from where you want to see, you can give as a visible and input. From which month I can able to give the values. I can give the 2009. Say for example, if I give that one, so it means it will allow me to give some input values. So in some data views, you don't want to allow the people to give a past date values. Then here in the input we can give only 2011, so that they will not able to input any values for the past bucket.
Okay.
And here we can give a name so that it will appear here. Like here you can see stat forecaster. So if I give any name, it will be appear here. So that just like whatever the planning book really doing, the name you can give there. For example, we are running the statistical forecast, so I am giving you statistical forecast. For consensus, we can give consensus. And release, we can give release. Like that, we can give the name so that easily we can identify, okay, what exactly it is doing. And unit of measure column should be appear. So you can see unit of measure column should be appear. And not visible. If you select, it will not be visible. And not ready for the input. Here it can be ready for the input. So if you don't want, no need to put the input also.
Okay.
And table 2, this we can discuss in the SNP time.
Table 2.
Yeah, here there is a table 2 option. This we can discuss into the SNP time. Now, in the planning, in the data view, again it will ask what are the key figures you want to select it. So what are the key figures you are able to see here? These are nothing but like a data view key figures.
Okay.
So in the planning book, in the MPAS might be 10 are there. In the planning book you can select 8, but in the data view you can select only 5 also. It's like that.
Okay. Okay.
So I will select all. And I will go to the complete. Now we have created a planning book GAPO1. Now I can go to the change and you can see. Now you can see all the tabs here.
Okay.
Just 1 minute.
Yeah, no problem.
So here we can now you can see like a this is enabled. Earlier it is disabled. Now this option enabled. So now you can see the key figures: forecast, history, manual correction, promotion, sales order, and total forecast. Total how many? 6 key figures are there. So now I can go to the planning book and I will select this option and continue and continue, 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 and continue. Complete. After I selected that option, if you go to the key figure, you can see there is a new key figure is added. Earlier it is 6. Yeah, earlier it is 6. Now the key figures are 7. This is the standard SAP APO key figure for aggregation and disaggregation. The technical name of this key figure is APO DP DANT. SAP standard aggregation disaggregation key figure is APO DP DANT. By selecting the proportions, we are getting this one. And doing this aggregation and disaggregation, which will be covered into the proportional factors. So anyway, the proportional factors I will take a separate session. So that time I will cover this one. It will take 1 hour again. Now, if I want to add this key figure into the data view, I will go to the data view and I can select it and I can add it. And here you can maintain the sequence also. Say for example, sales order I want to see on the top. So like that we can change the sequence. Then I want to see the history, then forecast. Then I want to see the promotion, then manual correction, then total forecast. Like that we can arrange the sequence also. And other than this, still we have some features for the planning book. Like if you go to the change here, go to the now. When we are creating a planning book, we can see only planning book, key figures, characteristics, data views, and key figures. After you saved the planning book, you will get another option like a key figure attribute. So here, if I want to change any attribute of the key figure, I can change it. Say for example, text is nothing but like an attribute for the key figure. So I will take as a promotion key figure. So the text of the promotion key figure is promotion 1, but I want to change it as a promotion. So I can select a free text and I can give promotion and I will save here. And so that instead of promotion 1, it will be appear as a promotion in the planning book. Like that. Here you can see it is showing as a promotion. So like that we can change the description of the key figures also. That is one option. And another option in the key figure attributes, you can create some dummy key figures also. So those we can call technically as auxiliary key figures. So like for any calculation purpose, any temporary calculations, just like we can create some own key figure. These key figures data will not store in the live cache.
Just only in APO.
Yes, only like in interactive planning, like our macros, if you want to temporarily calculate some value, so it will appear here. But really, the data will not store into the live cache. So those we can call as a technically auxiliary key figures. Now I will create a one key figure like a store total forecast. Like whatever the forecast is their total forecast, I want to copy into the another key figure. Like that here, I will create a key figure. Like this total forecast, I will just copy to here. So I am saving this. And the unit of measure we will give PC. Like that we can create a dummy key figure, auxiliary key figures also by using this option. And we need to select this for the data view. Stored forecast. I will send option yes and complete it. Now we will create another data view, like a week data view. We will create it. ZAPO1 week.
Okay.
So creating a data view. So no need to select all these things. Already these are already there. Only from the data view only we need to change it. So text I am giving as a week, and bucket now I will select a week bucket. So that based on this selection only the data will be appearing to the week.
Okay.
Enter. If you enter, then only this will be enabled.
Yeah. That's good.
Yes, yes. Week data view, I will click and complete. Select all and complete. Now we have created the data, our own planning book and the data view. So we can see in the interactive planning how the design is showing. Now go to the APO, go to the demand planning, go to the planning. This is the SDP 94 interactive planning screen. So now here we can see where is our data view and planning book. So ZAPO1 is our planning book. Under the planning book we have the two data views. So if I double click here, it will show our layout. Whatever we have designed, the layout it will show now. This is the data view which we have created. So we have given 24 months past and 24 months future. So that is the reason. If you come down here, you can able to see from 11th of the 2009 and till like a 2013 we can see the data. This you can, if you scroll like this side and this side, you can see the data like this. So till October 2013 it is showing the data because we have selected 24 months of past and 24 months of future.
Okay.
And here you are able to see the like a univariant and multilinear regression and composite and promotion. In the date in the planning book we have selected all the icons, so those will be appearing here. Now the layout is over, and if we select the week, it will show into the only week or weeks only.
Okay.
So now the layout is over. Next what we need to do, we need to create a master forecast profile. So if we create a master forecast profile, based on that we can generate a statistical forecast in the demand planning. So now what we will do, we will create a master forecast profile, and tomorrow we will do the planning, interactive planning.
Okay.
So master forecast profile is nothing but
Planning area is just for like we created just a book, a planning book we just created for now, and now we are creating master focus profile.
yeah, master forecast profile. Basically, why we need that one. Otherwise, 1 minute I will stop this session till this one, and I will re-record the from master forecast profile because the size is like it's going more size.
Okay. Yeah.
So that it is easily I can send by Gmail.
Just pause. Just pause. You can just pause and then we can continue the same session.
Yes.